staring at the mine with tearful eyes. And the mine opened up a giant mouth of the abyss. Like I want to swallow you. Hanmo's house is the property of the company. If there's no exploitable AI, the company will comply with the regulations. My brother decided to drop out of college and working in the mines for BA, but Hanmo, given that I am the most desperate person in my family, now it's up to me to stand up. He dropped out of school the same day, determined to shoulder the responsibility. First time in the mine, he looked up at the reasons why it happened. It's an artificial satellite flying by. Fate is ironic. I want my way to the ground now. When the father learned that Hanmo had inherited the job, I smile happy. Hanmo also smiles only superficially. When I was young, I learned to hide. My friends ask me how I've been playing around. Muscles grow when digging coal. He later recovered. Back to the coal mine, discovered raw. Hanmo, quite smart, has become a technical mainstay. For the first time he said he was proud of Hanmo. Hanmo is happy after hearing this. But after happiness there is the bitterness of helplessness. Then one day, Hanmo, when I heard that my teacher had cancer, I quickly went to visit her. The teacher never mentioned the illness, but she encouraged me. Hanmo looks forward to seeing him realize his dreams. In my life I know, sometimes you shouldn't be blind. Listen to the opinions of others. You should listen to your own voice. This world should not be buried in a cave. Because I have a bigger goal. I hope you can understand these principles. I'm really proud of you. I couldn't sleep after coming home. He finally got up and reopened the book. The rocket launch principle is never forgotten. There must be consequences. After a period of sleepless learning, a major discovery was made by Hanmo. He calculated where the missile would land, and the landing point wasn't in town at all. The next day, the Lord brought the rope, measuring along the missile path. The missing person was actually found near the landing site. Then they go to school with rockets, confidence to get clean, but the principal didn't believe it. After seeing the missile, who knows whether it was caused by another missile or not. Hanmo smiled slightly at this moment. You walk up to the pulpit, start writing calculations in a powerful way. The principal was stunned. This young man is studying advanced mathematics. Since when the numbers don't lie, their missiles can't go that far. But where did the missile that started the fire come from? They went to the police station. There's so-called incriminating evidence. It's actually just flares. There's a military airport nearby. The boys have been cleared. The director was also impressed. Invite to participate in the Science and Technology exhibition. Friends, let's rekindle hope. Go to the basement of Hanmo's house to start the research again. But when BA saw it, it actually kicked you out. Then ask Hanmo at Sao to leave work. I advise Hanmo to be realistic. There's nothing wrong with building rockets as a hobby. But don't miss the great career of poetry. But now Hanmo is very determined. I don't want to go into the mines anymore. I want to go into space. It's useless to look into your son's eyes. Later, Rocket of Hanmo, featured in Science and Technology exhibition. It doesn't just bring honor to the school. He was also introduced by the principal, participate in the national competition, but right before the departure date, the conflict between your two fathers flared up again. BA in trouble because of coal mine recession, was angry with Hanmo. Hanmo finally exploded. I'm sorry about what happened, but it's not my fault. The town is in decline. The coal industry is dying. Everyone knows that except BA. If you want to leave so badly, leave. I'll never go back and never look back. The next day Hanmo began his journey alone. In the National Science and Technology competition, your rocket has attracted the biggest crowd. You know, this is 1957. Even the nation's missiles haven't been built yet. For a while, people were discussing his invention, but at the same time I'm feeling proud. It was discovered that the missile had been stolen. I didn't even leave any accessories. Tomorrow is the final selection. Hanmo just called. Let's make another model for you. Samples can be produced quickly and machine is required. Tilza, and she will definitely agree. Mama Hanmo stood up. Her threat of divorce. In the end, they chose to compromise. Then the workers helped, working through the night to make models for Hanmo. The samples have been sent out, and will arrive at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Win the championship, Hanmo. Can you hear me, son? Yes. At the award ceremony, when the host says Hanmo and his friends, the entire audience applauded warmly. Because they deserve it. Hanmo excitedly stepped onto the podium. Yeah, he actually did it. The crowd gathered around you. Major universities donated Liu umbrella branches. On the way back to town, I was greeted with a warm cheer. Hanmo immediately went to the hospital to visit Ms. Riley. When he took the Rose Medal, Ms. Riley smiled pleasantly to thank him. Hanmo also prepares gifts. This is the latest missile. It says dedicated to Teacher Riley. Before debut he invited BA to visit. BA firmly refused. Han can hear it, the bitterness of his father's words. So he said, that's why you can succeed. Precisely because it looks like BA. No matter how tough BA is, it is stubborn, and don't want to give in like BA. I've wanted to be like BA since I was a kid. And now we're just going our separate ways. Look at your son's back. BA is very touching, so the moment before the rocket launches, I still stopped by. Hanmo happily told BA, I've actually prepared a gift for you. He gave the transmitter to BA. Share this pride and glory with him. As the missile rises from the ground, pull the tail of fire straight up into the sky. People become silent. They secretly admire the rounded image, as if contemplating one of the beautiful oil paintings. Now the father finally understands. My son put his hand on his shoulder. This is a true story. 8 years later, as Hannah expected, collapsed the gold of a small town. Your friend changed his life. Learn how to become an oil and gas engineer. Tom and become the boss of a car company. Jack becomes the financial boss. And your own dreams come true. To become an aeronautical engineer.